Hello everybody, this is Sonya and welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you today how to do some more embroidery for your, so this will be number 7 in this embroidery lot. I don't know how many more videos I'll be doing on this, but I'll try to do a few more. I have other things that I want to put up videos about, so we'll work on both at the same time probably. I haven't been away, but I just haven't been on here now for a little while, but here I am now, for those of you that are wondering where I am. I'm sorry I disappear for days at a time, don't I? But sometimes there's other things to, do. I've had my daughter visiting, so, and just bits and pieces going on. It has been too cold for me anyway. But today we have a nice sunshiny day. Now, I had a few people comment on different things. And one was, a lady said she couldn't see what I was doing, so fair enough, I'm going to try and do it now. Instead of putting it onto the piece of, onto here, I'm going to do it in bigger stitches on something so you can see what I'm doing with using different threads. Now, she also asked me what length of thread. Well, if you're doing things with, using a piece of embroidery thread, you'll probably need about 18 inches, is that's plenty. So, because you need, when you sort of double that over, you're not going to tie it together, but about 18 inches of, and this is in centimetres, probably a bit bigger, it's, 50 centimetres maybe. You don't want too much because it'll all cobble up, and you need enough to just, finish what you're doing without it running out. And that's enough too if you're putting on beads, because then you just tie this up here, and unless you're doing a great big bead section, which you don't want it any longer anyway because it'll cobble up. Again, okay. Now, I said that we could use this satin ribbon, and you can. I'm going to show you how to do that today. How it looks and that. If it's got to be soft, this I don't think is as soft as what I'd like to use, but if it's you, try and get it as soft as you can. If you're only just learning, this will work, and it does sit up pretty well, so it will work. Right now you have silk ribbon, and like I said, that's in all different sizes. You can get this very thin ones here to thicker, and you can get it this size. This is some here. You can also use washi tape if you wanted to, but the silk ribbon comes in all different sorts of sizes and that. Now, a lot of people have said to me, where's my videos? Because they find one or two, but they can't find them all. And especially if you typed them in my name into Google, I think you could find some more. I don't know, unless the lady was just looking for the next ones on these. At the bottom in the description box, I'll put a couple of other videos up on embroidery stitches, but they'll probably be just recapping, because I'm doing this because a lot of my new subscribers haven't seen my old videos. So, or they can't find them or whatever, but anyway, so I'm going to show you now how to use all these different sorts of, I haven't got many here, but how to use these different ribbons, and of course the thread. Well, I could probably do a thread one just when I finish this one, I guess. I suppose I can put it on here. I could make myself a large design and then use it for something later, because I'll put it on as an inch or something, I don't know, because you don't want to sort of waste your silk ribbon. Well, I don't, so that was the idea of me putting it onto my piece of work. But I can understand if you can't see it. I know what I'm doing, so I think I can see it, if you know what I mean. But people who are learning cannot probably see it because it's just too... now I've got it a bit closer, I think. I can see that up there, that's a bit closer. And we're going to use... Now I'm going to show you how this will work. Now, all the sorts of needles you want to. And mostly that'll be a crewel needle. It's called that because it has a big eye and a really sharp point. And that way it threads through your, and you buy those in packets or whatever from your, see this has got a, well it's not that sharp because I can put my finger on there, but you need something, and you also need it, like I said the other day, to be big enough so your ribbon or whatever you're putting through will follow it. You make the hole big enough so your ribbon will come through after it. So therefore, if we're doing something that is like, if we're using the satin ribbon and it's thick, it's not going to squish down, you know, as much as what this silk one will. The silk one's really, you know, this is not. So we'll get a piece, and I've only got a little, actually, well, see the ribbon you only need to about a 30 centimetres or less to do your ribbon things. You don't want any bigger because it, it'll all be in your way, but that's all you need. If you make it bigger, you're going to get a lot of, it'll be all cobbly up mess, you know, you won't be happy at all. Anyway, so this is a crewel needle, which I'm the piece of fabric that you use to see, because I went over all these things before in my videos, I never thought that we're going to have to do this again for those of you that haven't been watching them. You need to have something that is fairly open weave. Like the calico is not really that open, that I've got here. Things like any sort of linen is really good to use to put stuff onto, and a lot of people use satin fabric. But I'm going to use this because people can come up with this sort of thing where maybe they can't find the other things as easy. The calico or homespun is really all right to use on this. I don't know if I got a, what have I got here? This is, they're the same. They're probably homespun. Just give me a second. I'll have a look and see if I can see a piece of. Doing it on cotton fabric would not be a thing. It'd be a bit hard. You can. You can't not do it, but if you want to do it and make it so it's not too hard and you're not going to be breaking your fingers trying to push it through. So I also found some more ribbon bits here that I can have a bit of a play with today. Can't see any linen close by me. I can't. This is a tassel that I did here. This is a tassel that I made, and it's got fall in the floor. If you've seen, if the earth shakes, I'm gone, because this is done on a piece of cotton fabric or homespun, and this is a ribbon embroidery around here, around the tassel. See? You just got the straight stitch there. That's done in organza, and so is that in organza ribbon. This one here is done in this little rose. It's done in a no, going the wrong way. I don't know where I've got to sit. Here you go. This one's done in a satin ribbon. This is a silk one. Okay, and they're silk ribbons, and there's a tiny little flower there, but that is all ribbon embroidery around that tassel that I did a long time ago. It just hangs around in the room with me. It goes from one drawer or position to another, but it's really pretty, and I like it about. So I don't know what, I think it's made with a bit of cardboard underneath it, like a, you know. But anyway, so that's that thing. Now you want a good needle to take through this piece of ribbon, and I'll make a, see that the spider web rose that's on here, that's it there, spider web rose. I don't know if you can see it that plain, because they're not hard. You'd only have to go through, and they're really like if you want to use the satin ribbon, they're really easy. Now you're going to thread it through your needle, and then you're going to come back. Oh, it's going to fall out. Hang on a second. Then you're going to come back, and you're going to put it through the end of the ribbon like that. Okay, and just pull it. So now you've got this here, and I've got a feeling that this is not big enough, this needle, for this amount of thickness. I just have that feeling. Maybe because I know that I can't use that because it's not thick enough. This one here is, but it's a big farther one, but it's okay. We'll use the length of it I'm talking about too as well. I don't know what's that on there. Hope it's nothing that's going to interfere. So when you go to take your ribbon off, all you do is undo where you put it through, see? And you got it off. Now, you thread this through here, and you go back through there, and you pull that, okay? Now it's really hard for me to try and see what I'm doing plus watch what I'm doing, if you understand. I'm going to put a knot in this. After, I might go along and cut that knot off. I'll just see what happens. It just depends. I don't want it too bulky at the back. Okay, so now you want to come up through the back of your work. You'll see as it is now, I've got a lot of trouble getting that through there, but I did it, so we're not going to panic too much, alright? Now to make a flower, we'll see, it will be hard to use this because it's not a good idea. Well, this one I think is too... not doing it, it's not going through. I think this is too tightly woven. I think I'm going to have to find a piece of linen because I think that's too tightly woven to do that with. Because the ribbon just won't fit through. Okay, I'll show you a piece. I'll show you how this one works. I think this was a piece that was purchased and it wasn't very good quality, but it was okay. It's got different marks on it, but that's alright. Somebody hand dyed them himself, this lady. I'm going to try this one here. Let's see if it'll go through the calico. Righto. The difference, how it comes through, makes a big difference. Go back through there and hang on to it and pull it down. There. The further you pull it, the more it goes down into the end. So you can make that sort of point on there if you wanted to. Okay? Now come up over here. And go back down in there. So this is variegated, like I said. And just pull it down. Now there was a little bit of tightness in it, but not bad. You know, like if you've got a, I'll show you in a minute. I'm thinking about where I can find a piece of linen, and it's not going to take me forever to come up with it. Open weave something, even weave too. This is very tightly woven, but it will still work on here, as you can see. So we come up through the side here, and we go down through here. Make sure that your flowers are the same, like your petals are the same length. And it looks good with a variegated one. And I think, I don't know, I don't think this could have been bought online. I can't say for sure. It was definitely not done by me. I didn't variegate it. But see, you've got these really nice little flower. Well, it's a half of one. I'm going to go with a half of one because I do like doing a side view of the flower. We're going to just leave that on the 3. And we're just going to cut that off. Because later I will lay them all down flat and stitch it. Okay, I'll just show you that anyway. I've just got a little bit of yellow threading in, and it doesn't really matter what colour, but I just want to lay these down. I should not have made a knot in the back of there. That's not a very good idea because this piece of work I want to use later. So I'll take that out of there. Try to do it without... I'm sorry if you can't see it, but I'm just trying to undo the knot on the back of here without wrecking the front, which is really easy to do because you only want to put this through slightly. It pulled it through a little bit, but not so bad. You can manipulate the pieces of ribbon with your needle. Now I'm going to lay those down like so, flat, and just put a couple of stitches in them, not through the whole lot. You just want to put a couple of little stitches in that, and that'll stop it from going back through the hole, okay? Be careful, don't pull it too tight, okay, because otherwise you'll wreck it. And then you've just got that little bit there, which is not that bad, and it's not lumpy. It has a little bit of puffiness, but it's not lumpy. You know, you don't want to have a big lumpy heap there. Now, on that, then I'd put some French knots, and I've got to find just a mouthful of water. Sorry. I did the French knots before, so you know how that goes, but I'll show you in a minute them. I'll show you the spiderweb rows. I've done that before, but for those of you who can't find what I've done before, I'm going to put pink. Now this I can do with on the calico with the satin ribbon, okay, because that'll sit good. I'll do them with both sorts of ribbons so you can see what the difference is going to be. Now I've got a piece of crochet thread here, and I have not measured it, but I usually get about, I think I might get about the same amount each time. That's this thread that you can buy. You can also use whatever you like. I like to use that because it doesn't come apart as does the embroidery thread. I like to use this for this sort of thing. Now the spider web rows can be made out of, I'd like to do 5 things, okay? So I'm going to draw this on here. 5 things, I mean 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it sort of looks like something like a little man doing star jumps, okay? that's anyway, that's my vision on that. So we need to get some of this, because we need to do the base of this. And we're going to come from outside if you want to, whatever you like, and come into the middle and pull that through there. Did I do or not? I did. And then make all of these very even. I probably haven't drawn them out far enough with the thread, with the pencil, but they're all going to be evenly spaced, okay? For those of you that turned off because I've already showed you this, I'm sorry, but I will get back to a bit more creativity after we've done this bit, okay? After I've shown the start of these. Now that's a your base for this, alright, for this spiderweb rows. Now, actually you can do a really nice one too with thread, but I'm doing this with the ribbon embroidery, and I can show you the one with thread sometime down the track when I get to do that. Now, we can use this piece that I cut off before and put it through this, because it's only going to have to go through the material twice. You thread it like I showed you, pull that. Don't put a knot in the back of it, just take it up through, go right to your middle there, and then if you can see, there's my needle, look, my needle, he's coming up fair there. Now bring him up through there, make sure you haven't got nothing else, no other threads in that cord in it, because otherwise it won't come through properly for you. Give it a bit of a, there you go, right, we've got it through. Make sure you don't pull it all the way, because otherwise you'll cry. Now, all you have to do then is weave this through, but you want to do it with the back of your needle so this doesn't get caught on any of these threads. So you go over top of the first one and underneath the second one. And if you can get under there, take your, I'm going to do it with the front of it, but you be careful so don't you get it caught, okay? I'm not saying that you just don't, you just want to worry. You can go through with the pointy end if you want to, because it's only small. I'd probably do it if it was a bit bigger thing, but I'll go under with it. Over, under. Now, you can do as many spikes as you want, but you have to have an uneven number, okay? So it'll go over and under as you go around, and you fill this in like this, okay? Keep forgetting to look to see if I'm Now I've probably come through the cotton. Make sure you don't go through the cotton or the fabric as you're going round. Yeah. Just keep going until you build it up. You think it looks about right there. It's going really good. Keep going. Over, under, over. Even going under this by searching for it under here to get it is a good idea, because then you want to bring it out as far as you can. You need to pretty much cover up the spikes and make your rows sit up, you know, all pretty like. Okay, over, under. If it's not working, you're not weaving it through properly. And there's your rows. And then you're going to come around here and you're going to go through the back. Don't catch any of your ribbon. Just go under there slightly. Take it through the back. This is going to take a bit of... got it. Hang on to it so it doesn't go all through. And you can sit there and, you know, push, manipulate it where you want it to go. And there's you've got your rows. Okay? So that I will do now with the silk ribbon. I'm going to do it with a bit thicker one though. I might do it with this now and show you that one. A lady was a friend of mine. She was in her 80s and she taught me ribbon embroidery many years ago. Lovely old lady she was. Oh dear, come on. Sometimes a lot of people don't like sharing what they know with you. I don't know why that is, but anyway, you find some people like that. These scissors need fixing, don't they? They're terrible. Okay, so this is going to go through there, so that's good. Now I'm going to, because it's going to be a lot wider than, I hope I've picked the right needle, okay? But we're going to push it back through there. Okay, that's bits ready. Now we need a piece of, for the base of it, I'm sticking with the pink colours here, aren't I? I do have a habit of that. I'll do a lot of pink or a lot of blue or something, because oh, they look nice though, don't they? Now we're going to just get a bit of embroidery thread, crochet thread, and we're going to just fasten that. We're going to put this down here, maybe. We'll do this one here. Now, I might bring it, this might be the centre, okay? It might be the centre. I might do a bit of a drawing. I'm going to come down one bit. One arm, one leg, one little leg, oh, one arm, one arm. He's a funny looking fella. He's got one leg out the side. So we're going to bring that down to there. Go up there and bring this down to the centre, which I didn't make a very good drawing with that, but it's going to be covered over. I just wanted to have the basis of what I was going to be doing, so I could just, you know, this one I'm not even sticking to the line here. Look at me going everywhere. But you know what? I figured I needed to, because I didn't have that close enough together. Might have to go it out a bit. Should have maybe gone out a bit further. We'll see what happens when we go to make it. I'm just going to see I'm doing exactly the same thing as I did for the first one. And I hope you can see that. Okay, so I've made another spiky thing. Like spider. He's got 8 legs actually, so maybe this won't be called a spider web. I don't know. I suppose because of the way that it's woven. Right, now we've got the thicker one, which is centimetres. Let me see how wide this is, because this was off the, not on a reel. This is probably 1/2 inch, because it's more than it's 1.5 centimetres, this one. And it's a variegated one, and you can buy them on them cards like I showed you the other day, like this. You can buy that on there. I think that's where it come from by the look of the creases in it. See, It's got creases in it, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about ironing that out. It'll work perfectly fine. I wouldn't iron it. It'd be my luck that it'd all disappear if I tried that. I know, I suppose I could put a cloth over it or anything, but while I'm ironing it, I could have it sewn, is what I'd look at it like. Okay, so you just pull that through the back. Now, if you notice, that was a lot easier to get through than what this other satin stuff was. So the silk ribbon definitely is the way to go. Now, you can use other, it doesn't matter, because it's a lot cheaper. But then again, you know, this is good. This is nice. If you want to do ribbon embroidery, you probably could use this one. Okay, so we're going to go underneath now, because we're going over the first one and under the second one and over the third one and under the next one. Not going to pull it too tight. Okay, so we go over and under. That's another thing. We don't want to take it too tight because we're going to build it up. It's going to be a nice dimensional rose. Look at that. Oh dear, it's even going well. Is it already? Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Absolutely beautiful. Let it go how it wants to start, like, you know, if you want to, well, I want to just tuck that up there a bit and fiddle with it, don't I? I can't help myself. So we go over this one and under this one here. I'm going to have to put that camera on a different angle, I think. There you go. Now you can see what I'm doing. If I keep myself there, I should be right. Oh, thank you. I kept disappearing out of the shot the last time. See how this is looking? Over and under. So the wider this is, too, makes a big difference, doesn't it? And I might go all the way around again with the darker colour because I know the flowers, usually I think the inside's a bit darker than, no, hang on. The outside, I don't know whether the outside gets darker or lighter, I don't remember now. So I'm going to go down the back, like I did with the other, and take it through. But not pull it while I'm not looking. Wait till I'm looking what I'm doing before I pull it through. There you go. So there's your spiderweb silk rose, okay? Now pull that out too far because I can't help myself, I've got to fiddle with it. Just give it a bit of a cooch this way and that. It'll go for you where you need it to. If you're not happy with how it landed, you know, you can just change it by manoeuvring a few things. There you go. There's that one. Right, now I'll cut that off and I will stitch that down later, but I'm going to show you now how to make, we'll do some, did I do some ribbon with some leaf ones with that other? I don't know if I did. I'll do some leaf, sorry, my mouth's a bit dry, not even talk properly here. I do really love that colour green, but I need something that's a bit wider for this, don't I? And that's not wider. I want to, because you've got a fairly sized flower there. I don't know if I've got any handy that's in a darker colour. Because I use a lot of this green, that's why I don't have anything like that. I use a lot of this nice green. I guess I can do that. I'm just going to use this piece up to start with, this tiny bit, to show you a few leaf stitches. Well, they're just the same as them anyway, except you just pull it through a little bit further than that. Okay, so if you want to put a leaf on there, you come up underneath your piece of work. Well, no, that's not what you do. You put the leaf on first. When you're doing your design, you would put your leaf on the design first, okay? But because we're doing it back to front, because I'm doing this, we're not going to do that because we put it all in. So try and come up underneath. If you don't put your leaf on first or you want to add another one, just come up underneath there, and we're going to do this the same way as what we did. I'm going to try and see if I can get the ribbon to turn the same way I want it to go. So it's laying more or less a bit flat. Okay, now we're going to go down in there. It's like this here. And we're going to pull it like that. So therefore you've got a leaf. Got him? A bit further. Pull it a little bit further. Careful. How about that? That looks good. Right, now come up again there next to that. Make sure you're not going through anything. Make sure there's nothing here going to get caught. Always take it through the work really careful. Don't rush and pull it through quick because you'll end up probably pulling it all out and it won't be good. I'm getting it out of shape. Now this one I want to make a tiny bit smaller, this leaf, just for, you know, nature's sake. I don't know. And then you pull that in like that. And somehow I need to put 3, so I'm going to go across here a little bit and put another one over here. Okay. And then if you're doing a stem, which you probably wouldn't do that unless you were doing a vase of flowers, you would put the stem on first and then you can add your little leaves to the stem. And I'll put this one in this direction a bit further over there, okay? Oh dear, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I keep going all that way over in that direction for. Okay, so now we're going to pull that through there to make the leaf for that. Okay, now that'll be enough for that bit. You cut that off because you can pick out a design that you want to do or draw your design onto a piece of fabric. And all I ever used to do was, when I first started, and probably still would have a go by this way, is I'd just get a piece of fabric and I'd just put it on a bit of a stem, like so, another bit of a stem like so, piece up here, and start with that. Okay, so you know you'll want some flowers and you want some leaves. All right, unless of course you're doing it on a piece of fabric like I'm doing it, and then you just put them wherever you want to. But if you wanted to just make a piece to start with, you can put your roses, you know, here, here and here, and that is not hard. It's not hard just to draw that. Then you stem stitch along, which I've already showed you how to do the stem stitch the other day. It is there. It is that one there. You do the stem stitch. Or if you wanted to, I suppose you could use a chain stitch to do that. Okay, and then you can use these really pretty, you can use your ribbon then to do these bits. Now the ribbon embroidery will go onto your crazy patchwork as well. Okay, now there's so many things that I'm trying to remember here. I'm just going to have a mouthful of water because I do want to show you some other stuff that I haven't done yet because well, we just haven't got round to it. So my husband bought me this great big bottle of water in it, but I'm grateful for it anyway. Now, what have we got to do here? I'm going to move that book over there. So, I suppose I could do this on here. I want to show you how to make a leaf and fill it in with straight stitch because I think that it's a bit, more interesting thing to do than putting it straight, if you can understand that. So, I'm going to draw a leaf. A leaf, yes. For some reason it doesn't sound right when I say it. Coming... I might put one over here and then I can put something to it later, okay? And what we're going to do for that is, that's a little leaf. Excuse me. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Only drink water. Sometimes orange juice and a couple of cups of coffee, but I don't. Well, it's got me hicking up today. But anyway, I'll do this one because I don't know how long I've been on here for, and I don't want it to. Can't get that off there. I might use this because I do want this piece of this colour thread. I hope I've got some more of that somewhere close by. I don't know where it is, but we'll have a go. Okay, so to do this, actually I'm going to do it in this green because it'll be easier for you to see, or maybe not. How come all the colours seem to be blending into everything for me today? I'd do it with this because you'll be able to see a bit better because it's a bit thicker thread. It would be a good idea to cut a bit off, Sonya. It's not going to work if you haven't cut a bit off. Okay, so we're going to go through to the back, and I should have made that a lot bigger than that. That's the tiniest thing I've ever seen. That is ridiculous, isn't it? Let me see now. Do I want to put it out here a bit further? Give it more of a leaf shape. What do you reckon? Maybe that's a bit more of a leaf shape, do you think? If you can see that, yeah, very, very small. Okay. Alright, now so to just do a straight stitch to make a leaf, we just need to go up through there and fill this in as we go. I don't know whether I should put a thing around the outside first. A border. Probably not. Righto. So all you need to do, and this is very easy, is just come across there, make your first stitch and come up there. Now you're going to pretty much stay to your line if you can. Just cover over your bit of now there's a real lot of ways you can do a leaf. There's a real lot of ways. And embroidery. But I thought I'd just show you this one for. This is just filling in with straight stitch, and you can do this with your flowers or anything that you want to. You just go down there, go and come back underneath it, come fair up where you went out. So you see there, and I can see that I've got a bit of a hole because I might be pulling that too tight. See here, we've got a bit. You can see a little hole there because I might be pulling it a bit too tight. Try not to do that. Put him over here. Go through that bit. Come back through there. Now I'm hoping that I didn't go too far when I come across there. I don't think I did. Okay. A bit. Now see where I made a mistake. Look, I've got a big hole here, big gap. So I'm unthreading the needle. I'm going to pull that back through there, and I'll thread the needle and do that again because I don't want to muck that up, okay? Not a good idea. Muck that up. Try that again, okay? Right, so we're going to go down in there and come out up near here, okay? Down there. You know what? I'm thinking I might make it a tiny bit wider up through the centre. Don't you think? Just might not have made it quite enough because it's not got a really good, look how sideways I'm going there, look at that. I'll put that in there close to it. I'm going to take that undone. I don't know why, I can't see it very good because I'm here, it's over there. If I put my head under there, you won't be able to see what I'm doing. I need to be up here like this, see? So I can see what I'm doing. Probably you need that too. Now I can see where I'm going, I think. Not in the right place either. You can't see me head. I managed to get it on a slant. Don't know what I'm doing with that, but I have. And then you're just going to have to keep going up until you fill it in, okay? Now, I'm not going to keep doing that because that's going to take forever, and you just don't want to sit there and watch me do that forever. But that's how you do a straight stitch and or a filling in stitch, okay? And make your leaf, and you just keep going up there. And then maybe I would come back and put the piece down over the top of it all by doing stitches. I'll come and show you that after I've done that bit, after I fill that in. I'll show you how I did that. So I'm just going to unpull this so I can get another piece of something and do another, let me see, we'll do another stitch of some sort. What have I got on here? Nothing that I haven't already shown you how to do, but there is the ribbon embroidery. I can do a nice, I'm going to go with mauve colour, although it's a bit khaki, isn't it? Let's get a better mauve than that. Oh, this is nice, look at that. Isn't this pretty? I can do a daisy stitch now, I suppose. Put a daisy in the mix. I'm going to make a daisy. And that's not hard either. All not hard, it's just practice. The thing I find that people have said to me, one lady said the first time she did the French knot it was absolutely perfect, she hasn't been able to make 1 cent. But you know, it does take practice, and it does just be patient and careful and you'll be fine. Okay? Just be patient and careful and you'll be fine. It's really beautiful, this sort of work, so and I'd really you know, I can put some of it onto here later, you know, so I can finish this, because I've showed you, though, the basic of how I've done that, and you're just going to add all these bits to it, okay? Now, I'll come back each time and show you different pieces of it, but it's your piece of work, so put ribbon embroidery on it, you know, put any sort. You can do all these stitches with ribbon, all of them you can do with ribbon, so, but I'll just show you the daisy one now. I'll put it over here. And now, I'm making this, right? And I said to you that I didn't want to waste it, and I don't. So, I will continue on, whether it'll be today, next year, or whatever, at some time, and finish it to put in some. So you go down back, but you don't go into where you come out, you go next to that. You work out how long you want your petals to be. This is just like making a chain stitch, only they're separate from one another. So you want to put that up there and go down the other side, right? Come out through the back and make sure you don't catch hold of anything that's behind you. Okay, right, so there. It's not very open, but you know, it'll look good when I've finished. I have no doubt about that. Okay, so we're going to come up next to that last one. And do another one. Make sure there's nothing caught. Okay, don't pull it too tight because then everything disappears on you. Righto, in the back again. There's 2 petals. That one seems to be a bit skew with. Doesn't matter, the flower wasn't laying straight anyway. He's not. I can't be. And there you go, up the back again. I keep moving out of the shot, I'm so sorry. There. And then go down, back down in near there, come through the back and come up out there where you think that would be the right length to do that. Okay, get down in there. Right. You just keep going around in there. You need to put on at least 5 petals. You can do more and fill it all in, but I think I'd like it a bit more like it is, because I've got this tangled up now with everything. It'll looks better if you've got it a little bit open, so you can see the fabric at the back. If you've got nice open weave furniture fabric, that's a good thing to use too. It'll work okay too. Is that something that people might be able to find? Oh, I know what I've got too that I use. You can buy sometimes at the thrift shops serviettes. You know, people don't want them anymore. A lot of them are linen, and they're nice. Which I put this on. Use them for your base. But you can do whatever you want to after you've got this bit done. Okay. Just come up through there. Pull that up there like so. And here's our little daisy. Now, before I finish this, I want to show you this video, because I've got other videos to make as well for other things. So this is just one of the, this will be this series thing that I'm going to do on just on the flowers and that, and the ribbon and embroidery, because I've had a lot of people wanting to do that. And this is coming through here, messing up a bit on me. It's not going really smartly, so I'll have to fix him later. So with this now, I'll finish, well, you know, I should say, when I say that, I don't know about finishing things. Sometimes I do. Right, now I've got a tiny bit of thread in. I'm going to use this because I want to put a bead on here. I want to put a bead in the middle of this. Show you how cool it looks with a bead in. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to take the two ends of this purple through the back with me, just to hang on to it so it doesn't go anywhere. By that I meant me 2 pieces of thread, but they don't go through the back, I just catch them, okay? I've got some really nice pearl beads here. So I'm going to put the bead through here like so when I catch him, come on, and take that back through to the back, and there's the bead in the centre. Righto. Now when I do, and I'll end that off so it might come through one more time. So when I do anything like this, I have a thing about having to put things so they all go together, like what would you say? I can't think of that word today. It all flows in really nice. So there's a little pearly for that one, okay? So for it to all flow in really nicely, and I always have a tendency to use a neutral background like creams, really pale green, really pale blue, and I don't know how long I've been on here, but I'm going to have to go shortly, I'd say. And then so it'll all come together. I will be back in a minute and I'll show you, because I don't want this to run too far, so we won't be long, and I'll come back. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Bye.